Welcome everybody to Amherst, Wisconsin here on Zaleski Sports. Joined alongside Mike Wendlandt and Katie Leckton. I'm Brendan Retzloff. We thank you guys for tuning in tonight as we have a good matchup here between the Westfield Lady Pioneers and the Amherst Falcons. Amherst Falcons, this season they're 7-7. They did just get a pretty big win against Manawa, winning by 10, 53-43. That was on Friday. And then the Westfield Pioneers, they're 14-1, 3-0 in the South Central Conference.
Yeah, Westfield's a team that is absolutely loaded top to bottom. They are coming off back-to-back state appearances, had one of the biggest shots I've ever called last year when they won the sectional in Waupaca against Bonduelle. This is a team that's expected to make another run at state this year, with led by Carly Drew and Hattie Showen. This team is going to be a tough test, and good on Amherst scheduling this game. Good on Coach Shabatowski and Groshek for getting this game on the schedule. Games like Westfield, games like Freedom are only going to benefit the Falcons, no matter what the score ends up being tonight. It's going to help them going forward. They'll see how these teams play, how to build off this, and get into a playoff run is going to be vital. And it's also going to help with seeding, with the computer seeding. Playing top-tier opponents, Westfield number 3 in the state in last week's coaches poll. They might even move up this week. We'll see what happens tomorrow when that gets dropped. This team is going to be a great test to see what this Falcons team can do for the final few weeks of the season.
Yeah, it's going to be really interesting to see how the Amherst Falcons fare off against the number 3 ranked team in the state, led behind Coach Luke Showen. And as you were saying earlier, you were talking about Carly Drew. Carly Drew is statistic-wise, she averages 19.3 points a game, 4.7 rebounds, 2.7 assists. And then for the coach's daughter, Hattie, she averages 12.9 and then 4.5 assists.
And this team forces a lot of turnovers. They play pressure defense. I was talking with Coach Shabatowski during the JV game. They play a lot of 1-3-1. 2-1-2 matchup zone, and they're going to try and force turnovers in the backcourt. And they did it a lot during the JV game today already as well. This team is going to put the pressure on you and make you have to earn every point you get, and Amherst, you have to be ready for it.
Absolutely, and we're going to send things over to the PA announcer as we're going to get ready for the national anthem, which Katie Leckton is singing, by the way.
Batteries are placed on the microphone. And the batteries are dead. I don't have a few teams to show.
So the batteries in the microphone are dead, and we got...
All right.
Never mind.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Basketball contest between the visiting Westfield Pioneers and our very own Amherst Falcons. Dr. Weldon, our guests from Westfield and their parents serving the station and the fans. We appreciate your efforts in supporting your team and for traveling to join us here this evening. Amherst High School, the WIAA required good sportsmanship by student athletes, coaches, and spectators in all education-based interscholastic events. We request your cooperation and support of the participants and officials in a positive manner. Now, for those who are able, we ask that you please rise, remove your hats, as we honor America with the singing of our national anthem by Katie Leckton.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so brightly and the twilight's last gleaming, whose fresh pipes and bright stars through the perilous fight
Thank you, Katie, for the national anthem there. Very well done. Now on to the starting lineups here for this one tonight.
And we'll start with the Westfield Pioneers. A sophomore at 5'9", number 1, Hattie Showen. A 5'8", junior, number 3, Carly Drew. A 5'8", senior, number 23, Sydney Hoffa. A senior, number 5'9", number 30, Nadia Hoffa. And a 5'10", senior, number 32, Brandy Lentz. For Westfield, Showen, Drew, Hoffa, and Lentz. Pioneers in their purple and gold. Their road uniforms, yellow numbers, Westfield across the front. And for the Amherst Falcons, Brandon, I turn it over to you.
So, starting lineup for your Amherst Falcons. At guard, number 2, Sydney Schulist. And then at guard, a 5'5" senior, number 10, Peyton Jastromski. At forward, the 5'8" senior, number 14, Haley Pesky. Another guard for the Falcons, the junior, number 22, Tatum Maves. And to round out the starting 5, the forward, number 32, the junior, Scout Spadoni. Brandon Trebetowski, head coach of the Falcons in this one, and a huge key for the Amherst Falcons here is getting the ball inside to Scout Spadoni, their top player, averaging 16.5 points per game as well as 10 rebounds. So she's a double-double player. A huge thing to keep an eye on this matchup between Spadoni and Hoffa.
For sure, and it's going to be interesting to see how they break this zone that Westfield is undoubtedly going to be coming out in as the tip is taken by the Pioneers.
And leaning it up the floor here is Hattie Showen. Passing over to Carly Drew. As we were talking, one of the biggest players here on this Westfield team. As you saw, the dribble drive right through the lane, missing that layup. Tatum Maves with the rebound.
Great pass in, but Drew couldn't finish. Schulis, looks like Sydney Schulis will get the first assignment trying to guard Drew as they are ready again, trap in that corner.
And it looks like Westfield's playing the 2-3 zone defense, which possibly might leave Falcons player open, and Jastromski going up with a little floater, banking it home for 2.
It's a 2-3 or a 1-3-1, really kind of take your pick. They really are very fluid with that zone.
And now the Pioneers with it, Showen over to Drew. Drew for 3.
Yep.
Good.
She is an elite three-point shooter. She's one of the best in the state last year, and she had the game winner in the sectional final again from about 30 feet.
And having a tough time in a little half-court press there. Getting it over to Spadoni, though, for the 2.
That's what they need. They need to just get to the basket, get to the free throw line. If they're going to play your zone, dominate inside, make them work.
4-3 now. Falcons on top. 16:40 to go here in the first half. And another deep 3 we have from Westfield. No good. Rebound for the Pioneers. And Drew with it. Trying to reset the offense. Almost lost the ball there. Getting it right back. Great pass down low.
And a foul. Late whistle, but I think Maves is going to got her on the arm.
Yeah, I think that one's going to be on Tatum Maves there. And she's found herself in quite a bit of foul trouble early on in the season. I spoke with Brandon Trebetowski a past few games, and he said this game is going to be all about not turning the ball over, trying to hang on to the ball, keep possession of it from Westfield, because Westfield, they're known to score.
They average just under 60 a game. Lentz, a 66% free throw shooter. Yeah, she takes this one. Reminder as well as we get this free throw lined up, as that's no good. Rebound eventually taken. And a loose ball tie-up. Mariners Mobile at Fleet Farms Auto Service Center. They can help you get your car ready for the winter. Get the tires rotated, your battery tested, or buy some wiper blades. Get them installed as well. Everything you need is in one stop. Get it all at Fleet Farm. Big thanks to all of our great sponsors here on Zaleski Sports.
Absolutely. We got a foul down low here. And this one might be on Hattie Showen.
And that's the risk you take with those types of zones, getting fouls 90 feet away. You never want to take backcourt fouls.
Yes, the risk of the full court pressure, but there are also the pros to it where you can get those easy steals.
Good idea, and there's a turnover. That was a good look. Pass was too far.
Schulist had the right idea in the 3 ball. Gonna go off the front rim, no good, out of bounds.
I will say this about Carly Drew. She is, and I saw this last year too, she is not afraid to let those threes go. I covered their 2 sectional games. They played, I think, Auburndale and then Bonduelle.
Another deep pass from Jastrzomski. Successful to Spadoni for another 2. So the junior Scouts Spadoni up to 4 points tonight. 6-3 now, 15:40 to go.
You take away the 1 turnover. It was a great start for the Falcons. They've broken this press very well.
We'll see if they can maintain that great game, as the basket there is going to be good by Brandy Lentz.
But then they've been great offensively, but they've had problems with that dribble drive. Their help defense just a step late. That's blocked.
Pesky up with it. Tatum Maves the rebound. Almost traveled with it inside to Spadoni. Tried to bank it off. No good.
Already the 3rd rebound for the Falcons.
Over to Lentz. Now Drew. Cross court. Dribble drive. Down low. The foul. They're going to call it
on the floor. The Hoffas working some drive there. So Pesky gets her first.
It seemed like Nadia had a lot of speed with that dribble drive down low and almost took the advantage of it.
When they play that press, you got to be able to run. This is a very athletic team. When you don't sub a ton, you got to have the cardio.
And the 3 ball from Hattie rolls out. Rebound Jastrzomski.
Just off to the right, but again, they're not afraid, and Falcons going to go in transition. Offensive foul. Oh! She landed awkwardly and Scouts down.
Yeah, with that, we're going to hope that she's okay, but we're going to take a quick commercial break. We'll be right back.
Blanker Construction, the focus is on building something great. Find a personable experience that understands your needs, followed by a customized interior and exterior design. Our project managers, carpenters, and designers on site are hard at work with only one goal in mind: building you the home of your dreams. When you're ready to build your new forever home, look to Blanker Construction, your custom home builder serving all of Central Wisconsin. Find your inspiration online at blankerco.com or stop in on Highway 10 East in Stevens Point. Build something great with Blanker Construction.
Welcome back, everybody. Today's game is sponsored by Par 4. Par 4, immerse yourself in an authentic dining bistro at Par 4 Bistro in Waupaca. Sandwiches, soups, brick oven pizzas, kids options, and awarded chef signature local favorites. Wednesday trivia at 7 p.m. Free to play for a free night out, a family meal, or just dinner for 2. Come to Par 4 Bistro on Highway 54 in Waupaca.
An update as well. Sarah Breed in for Scout Spadoni. Scout went right to the trainer's room. After that little tough landing, looked like a left leg, so we hope the best for Scout.
Yeah, we'll have to keep an eye on that injury there. It seemed like a left hip or left knee or
maybe.
leg. And a double dribble is going to get called here on Brandy Lentz. So another turnover here from the Lady Pioneers.
Another reminder as well from our friends at Bootleggers over at Amherst Junction. They're your perfect combination of great food and a great atmosphere. Browse through a wide selection of food and drink options. Enjoy the best pizza around. Bootleggers, Amherst Junction. It's what's for dinner. Capiche?
And Sarah Breed getting her own rebound off the missed shot.
And she's fouled.
And she's going to call for a travel, actually.
Okay, so they called the travel. That had happened last week, too, where the official raised his hand with a closed fist. That's always signified foul. It's an open hand if it's a violation. This mechanics matter.
And then the official on the other end of the court decided to call it a travel, which I don't really think he.
Okay, so maybe one had foul, one had travel. So
yes.
that changes things.
And the dribble drive down low again, banking it. Holmes Hattie Shawin. And just like that, it's a 7-6 lead for the Pioneers.
And this is where you miss Scout, because she was able to control the inside, and that was 3-on-1.
Amherst somehow hanging on for dear life on that 3-on-1. Brandy Lentz for 3, no good. And we got 3 players colliding into each other as they're all
And an Amherst foul. And gets the Amherst faithful upset. I think Tatum A just picked up her second personal.
I don't really know about that foul call. They were kind of all going for the basketball down low, but they called it personal. Brandy getting her own rebound, back up with it, and one.
It's only the third rebound, but who's the foul on now for the and one? Schulis.
Fouls on number 2, Sydney Schulis for first. Team foul number 5.
And Presley Firkus now to enter the game for Tatum Maves here.
I wonder how long they're going to play her. She played in the JV game, but I couldn't tell if she played both halves or not. Because if she did, that limits her to really only this first half, I think, by rule. But already now a shorthanded Falcons team has to get some big minutes.
Yes, and this is most definitely where you're missing Scout Spadoni. Your forward down low, your leading scorer, leading rebounder. And we'll just see how Amherst can fare without her, but things have been tough on them this season without her.
As Breed, that's how you break the press, but you got to finish the basket.
That's 2 times already we've seen the press get broken, but Amherst just could not make the shot.
As Brianne Shapluski in the game for the Pioneers, number 12. She sets up on the block at a pick and roll.
Setting it up down low, too.
Jump ball. Stays with the Pioneers. We'll see what the inbound is. If they maybe try to cut to the basket or if they go short or far corner. Mid-post. And an air ball.
And rebound for Sarah Breed as she passes it over to Payne Jastrzomski. Scout Spadoni, she's coming back here on the court, but she is
got an ice pack.
And that ball might have been a reach there.
Yeah, they called a foul. Yep.
Are you going to call this one on Carly Drew?
Also in the game, Maya Reitz for Westfield. Inbound on the side.
And Jastrzomski over to Cindy Schulis. Schulis now. That ball gets tipped out of bounds.
Reminders all from our friends as we get set for the inbound. Egg Country Farm Credit Services. They're a farmer-owned co-op. Offer a wide array of custom financing and financial services. From loans and leases to crop insurance to tax and records, they've got you covered. Contact Egg Country, Stevens Point, Wausau, Marshfield, and Medford.
Schulis now passing it down low, intercepted by Nadia Hoffa.
That's already the 5th turnover by the Falcons.
And banking that one home is going to be Hattie Schowen once again.
And a timeout, Amherst. Westfield on a 9-0 run right now.
Yeah, things are looking really tough on the Amherst Falcons without Scout Spadoni. They need to get her back. We'll see if she comes back, but we'll take things to a break here. We'll be right back here on Zaleski Sports.
Heartland Farms is a large potato and vegetable operation. Who Heartland Farms is a group of hardworking, dedicated people who have a common vision.
Heartland Farms is an accumulation of individuals who came from family farm backgrounds, grew up on family farms, and now have come together as one larger team to own and manage a much larger farm enterprise.
And we are back, everybody, as Jastrzomski is about to inbound this one to Cindy Schulis. We'll see how Trebetowski and the Falcons respond out of this timeout that he just took. Jastrzomski for 3, looks good.
Sideline, but just a bit too far.
Fighting for the rebound for dear life are all of the players, and coming up with it are the Pioneers as we got a foul down low.
And Peyton Jastrzomski on the reach. Yeah, that's a problem. That's the 16th foul. So now for the next 11 and a half minutes, Westfield's going to be shooting free throws for the rest of this half.
That's going to hurt Amherst dearly, but I mean, good news for them so far in this game. Westfield struggling from the free throw line.
A Scout back in the game. That's huge for the Falcons.
Yeah, Scout Spadoni and Brady Lentz. That's going to be a really good matchup.
Both today and long term, that Scout's all right. They need it if they want to stay in the CWC East Conference race.
In 5th place right now in the conference are the Falcons. So
But they're only a couple of games out. It's not an insurmountable gap.
And with it now, Shawan over to Lentz.
Drew off the floor as well, so keep it. This is where you want to make some headway here with the Falcon offense.
Try to break that run for Westfield here, as they just keep holding onto the ball, passing it around. Really good ball movement we're seeing in the deep three
Way
from
off.
Shawan, not even close. And now Amherst has a 5-on-3. We'll see what they can do as Drew has traveled with it, but no call.
She lost
And
it anyway.
Shawan takes it. Good for 2. That's a tough thing to see. Amherst, they had a 5-on-3, and I don't think Schulis really saw the options that were open down low, including Scout Spadoni being one of them. But
Yes, here comes Drew back in. And Hoffa. Miley Philson as well.
And Jastrzomski inbound in here down low. Too high. That's going to get taken here by Drew. Carly Drew up with it. Good defense.
Good step up. Just in the game, the sophomore makes a play.
Just about to hit the 10-minute mark to go here in this first half. 14-6.
11-0 run.
Amherst just can't get a basket to fall right now. And the layup is good for Brandy Lentz.
7 early points for Lentz. And there's an issue also. Yes, but but with Maves out with her 2 fouls, you don't have your primary ball handler. And that's a quick whistle for a tie-up.
Yeah. Really quick jump ball call. Possession arrow, though, will stay with the Amherst Falcons.
Falcons so far, 7 rebounds, 7 turnovers.
But they really need to get a basket here. They've gone the last 5.5 without a bucket. Filtz with it now. And that one gets stolen by Hoffa. Cindy Hoffa up with the left, and good. So the senior scores her first 2 points of the night. Amherst finds themselves down by 12 now. Jastrzomski losing the handle out of bounds, and it will stay with the Falcons. And today's game is sponsored by Mutual of Wausau. Mutual of Wausau Insurance, protecting homes, farms, and businesses since 1875. Visit mutualofwausau.com to find an agent near you.
1875, that's a long time ago.
Yeah. A little over 140 years, if I can do math correctly.
At that point, the state of Wisconsin was younger than I am now.
Interesting facts brought to you by Mike Wendlandt here tonight.
I got to use my history degree somehow. Someone's got to get open. There we go.
Yeah, let's see what Amherst can do here. Maybe if they turn it over, something. Trebetowski might call
Another
a timeout, try to set something up, and yes, that jump ball will lead to Westfield getting possession.
7th rebound by the Pioneers. So each team with 7 rebounds. The difference in this game, though, turnovers 8-1.
Yeah, it's just something you can't be doing if you're the Amherst Falcons.
Not against a team like this.
They've been struggling with it all year, though. The turnovers have came to bite them many times. The 3 ball is good from Carly Drew, as you referred to. She likes to shoot those deeper threes, and she can make them.
That was exceptional ball movement by Westfield, just working away wing to wing. Defense can't settle as another tie-up keeps it with the Falcons.
Frustration really has to be settling in here if you're Amherst. Like Jastrzomski, she's already had to do a 3 straight jump ball possessions.
And Maves immediately in for her. She had tied up a few times, so Coach Trebetowski trusting Tatum to not get that 3rd foul.
Yeah, we'll see how conservative they are with Tatum Maves here, as she falls over and lost it, and another turnover.
In hockey, we call that you blowing a tire. Your shoe goes one way, your foot keeps going, and down you go.
Haven't really yet got to cover hockey. I was given the chant by our good friend and partner Steve Maves, and I responded too late to his text earlier today asking if I wanted to do a hockey game, but Lentz for 3, rebounded by Maves.
It's a lot of fun, and some of Amherst players co-op with the Pacelli Cardinals.
Sounds like a really good time. Pass down low, great pass from Schulist over to Spadoni for 2. And that's the bread and butter of this Amherst offense. You just try to get the ball around the perimeter and then find Scout Spadoni down low when she's open, when the defense just isn't really paying attention to her.
And that's something I talked to Coach Shepetowski last year when I did my Coach on the Couch interview with him. He's a proud protege of Greg Jensen. And that has been offensive foul, push-off. That has been the Amherst style for decades. Anytime any Jensen or Jensen affiliated coach, they're always going to work inside out. They're always going to base their game down low, close to the basket, where less things can go wrong.
Yeah, this team, we haven't really seen them shoot the 3 ball that often this season. The players who have, and another great pass from Haley Pesky. But as I was saying, we haven't really seen the Amherst Falcons shoot the 3 ball that often. Carly Drew for 3. The players who typically shoot it are going to be just Stromsky or Maves. Otherwise, the others, they like to shoot it down low in the paint.
Sydney can shoot some threes too, Schulist. Scouts
And
at 2.
Spadoni up with it. Rebound for Carly Drew. And it's going to be a 3-on-3 here.
This game's a track meet.
Lots of running up and down the court we have seen. Another 3. That one almost rolled in. And the rebound for Westfield again, as Carly Drew just has a wide open lane to go in and get the 2. And Luke Schauer wants to call a timeout. So 6:23 to go, 23-10. We'll go to another commercial break. We'll be back.
Our Store Innovations customers told us they love our countertops, but only wanted to deal with one company for their entire kitchen project. Well, we've heard you. So now Store Innovations can give you a brand new kitchen with the same high quality products, selection, expertise we've been giving you for years. And now we can give you that brand new kitchen in just 1 week. After sitting down with our designers, picking out cabinets, countertops, and flooring, it will only take us 1 week to install everything. Store Innovations, new kitchens in just 1 week.
When the last thing you need to happen does. One of our 16 mobile service trucks from Sherrill Tire and Service Center can keep you rolling and growing. Sherrill Tire and Service Center, your locally owned farm tire specialist.
Sherrill Tire and Service, keep growing and rolling with us.
Find your location at SherrillTire.com.
And we are back, everybody. So 6:23 to go here in this first half. Scout Spadoni so far, she has 8 of the 10 points for the Amherst Falcons. Just complete dominance from her down low. But as for Westfield,
she's run the floor really, really well. And Westfield, they just done what they do. That's their game. Remember as well, running can be hard on your body, whether you're training for marathons, competitive runs, or just daily exercise. Turn to Roberts Physical Therapy to get moving, keep moving, and enjoy life on the run. Roberts Physical Therapy, locations here in Amherst, Plainfield, and Wisconsin Rapids.
And Tatum Maves pass down low to Breed. Spadoni somehow ending up with the ball as she's fighting for it. Spadoni Spadoosh. Another 2 for Scout. 6 minutes to go. What fight we just saw there from the Amherst offense. That's what Trebetowski wants to see with them throughout this entire game. It will give them a chance to take down this 14-1 Westfield squad.
And good work on the offensive glass there as well.
As Lentz now with it, over to Drew up top.
And you got to be impressed with the Falcons, just their effort right now, their hustle. Staying with a team like Westfield. This team,
Carly Drew, another 3.
Do that.
Just deadly from there. Carly Drew.
11 first half points for the junior.
She's got 3 3-pointers tonight.
Already over a 1,000-point scorer.
Bodies collide, fall on the floor. Schauer for 3. Rebound Spadoni. Imagine if that one would have fallen for Westfield.
The Westfield fans who traveled really well today, they would come unglued.
They really did.
They travel well as a program.
They really did. I mean, right now, I think we're seeing at least 55, 60 fans.
It's a good crowd tonight. It's great atmosphere on a Monday night. And then again, they traveled really well. Of course, playoffs are different, but sectionals last year when I was covering them, they packed.
As Maves gets trapped.
They packed Stevens Point and Wapaka. There was not a seat to be found. There's a turnover.
See, and Haley Pesky right there, she had the option to take that shot from just below the free throw line or to get that pass to Sarah Breed. She chose the pass, but just missed it.
And I'm sure that's one coach probably telling her to shoot. She's coming off a career high scoring last game.
She came off of 20 points in the last game. She scored 16 in one half, a career high for her. The J is no good. That one was from, I believe, Hoffa, yes. And Maves now over to Schulist.
Now back in that, looks like a pretty standard 2-3.
I'm really surprised with how Westfield offensively hasn't targeted Tatum Maves in this one with the 2 fouls that she has. If you get her into foul trouble.
Oh, that's one thing that helps when you play man-to-man is you can then shelter.
Schulist, the little floater, no good.
You can shelter a player with foul trouble by putting her on a weaker offensive threat.
That's great sequence right there we just saw. Sarah Breed with a great save.
Oh, had her. Now here we go.
And a great fake in the pass down low. Spadoni was really open for that and one, but we're going to see Amherst taking their first free throws here tonight.
She kind of rushed that shot just a little bit.
I thought Haley Pesky was going to shoot it for a second.
So did Westfield.
They did.
They closed out fast, and the scout wide open, but I think she saw the closeout a little bit quick, saw a couple of footsteps.
First one good from Scout Spadoni. Today's game is brought to you by Blenker Construction. Let Blenker Construction bring your dream home to life. From interior and exterior design to construction, customization, and seeing the job is done right. Blenker Construction is with you every step of the way. Visit blenkerco.com. And leaving that one just short is Spadoni. So 26-13, 3:33 to go here in the first half.
Shapluski back in the game, along with Maya Reitz.
Shapluski to Reitz, bringing the ball around now. Back to Carly Drew. Reitz, Shapluski, or no, that's
Drew and Showen back still out there, along with Nadia Hoffa. Spadoni's injury and all, getting the assignment of guarding Showen.
And another deep three. That one's going to be left to the right.
Falcons, though, don't chase it down. Reset.
And a body falling on the floor. Very loud
crash as Hoffa hit the deck.
We're going to see who the foul is on
Scout. So Scout gets her second personal.
I think what ended up happening was Hoffa was trying to work around on a screen, and Spadoni just ended up bodying her, and she fell over.
So bonus free throw. So they were in the bonus with 11 and a half minutes. That's 8.5 minutes without a foul. That's
Amherst did a really good job without fouling, and even when they put Maves back into the game, where I thought Westfield was going to try to take advantage of that, but they really didn't. Free throw is good though here from Nadia Hoffa.
The reminder as well as we get set for the second free throw. More friends at Wapaka Foundry. That working at Wapaka Foundry is more than a job, it's a career. So join us, make the iron castings the world uses and the world trusts. Cast your own future and apply at jobs.wapakafoundry.com.
As Hoffa converts on the second free throw, it's now 28-13 with 2:50 to go here in this first half here on Zaleski Sports. As Maves takes it back up top. She's really deep there, very close to the half-court line. Tried to work things closer to the hoop is Amherst.
It's a good job on their trap.
A really
nice pass there.
It was a scary one, though, I can tell you that.
For sure.
Another nice pass down low to Pesky as she gets fouled.
And Pesky's going to have to take that role that Scout had. She's going to have to be the center on this lineup. It's a little bit of a smaller lineup now.
She's in second place in scoring on this team, averaging 6.9 a game. But as we mentioned earlier, she's just coming off of a career-high points game, scoring 20 against Manawa in the 10-point victory.
As Nadia Hoffa got her second personal.
Pesky always has that interesting routine when it comes to her free throw shot. She takes a couple of dribbles, but she has her right foot well in front of her left, and she gets down very low as she shoots with it, but it works for her. Any routine that works for you, as long as it goes in, that's what you like to see. So 14 to 28 now.
No routine is wrong if it works.
Working the ball around the perimeter once again.
Off ball screen and move. They're trying to get Shawan a look here. They're going to set everything on ball they can for her.
Westfield's really taking control of ball possession here tonight, and they're finding the right options when it comes to passing the ball around. As we got players wide open, a deep two there.
That was a rare missed pass that by Westfield.
Rims out, and now another cross-court pass. Hoffa, the J, no good. Rebound.
Shapluski.
What a fight we're seeing from Shapluski, as well as Pesky and Furcus. As I believe a jump ball got called again.
Yep, it was a tie-up.
So the possession arrow staying with Westfield.
And now both teams in the bonus as well with fouls. And so not fouled 95 seconds. Could see some free throws yet. A couple of screens for Shawan.
Shawan almost got Jastrzomski off of her feet, as we might see a turnover, but saved there by Westfield.
It was a good job by Peyton to fight through all those screens and not let Shawan have an open three, I mean, which was their goal.
For a second, I thought Carly Drew was going to end up firing there.
I thought so too. I would have.
I mean, for going, I believe, 3 for 4 here in this half, when it comes to the three ball, you might as well, but the basket coming from Brandy Lentz there.
9 first half points for Lentz. She's had a really nice start to the game. Her and Drew have combined for 20.
I think it's a huge key right now that Scout Spadoni's not in for Lentz, as she's one of those bigger forwards who can get the ball down low and make an easy layup or just something down low in the paint, because she can really work there.
I can hear Coach Rebetowski telling his team to, if you get an open three, shoot the ball. Tatum had one, then she passed it up.
We've seen one three-pointer attempt taken by the Falcons tonight by Scout Spadoni, and that's been it. And Amherst is probably going to hang on to the last shot. As I say that, bodies collide. So 18 seconds to go here in the half.
And there's a timeout.
So 30-14, 15.9 to go.
Want to keep it here for the rest of the half?
Yeah, we can keep things here.
Sounds good.
Why not? Go over a few of our
quick
fantastic sponsors.
Yeah, quick word from our friends at Brett Favor at Keller Williams, Stevens Point. You grew up right here in Amherst. So whether you're buying or selling when it comes to realty here in Amherst, call the local resident, Brett Favor, Keller Williams, 715-572-1174, 715-572-1174.
As well as International Bank of Amherst. Stay local at the International Bank of Amherst, our community's long-standing go-to for all your banking needs. The International Bank of Amherst on Main Street here in Amherst.
As we get set, about 16 seconds left. This was a full timeout as well, so Coach wanted to get this one dialed up. He wanted the right play for the final shot here to get it back, at least not a double up.
Yes,
right now.
I'm wondering if he might put Spadoni back into the game and try to set up something down low.
I don't think so. They're not going to take a chance of her getting a third foul on a rebound, or you need her the entire second half.
That is a really good point. I mean, they're still taking the chance with Tatum Maves here, but she's held up really well.
If I'm Amherst, I'm setting up a shot for Tatum. She's a good shooter, and she's one where she gets a shot and there's a foul, and so here we go, free throws.
Yes, on Shapluski here. That was a pretty, probably not fathomable foul there on her.
You don't get caught reaching off the ball. But you got to make the free throws.
Yes.
That's what it comes down to.
And Sarah Breed, she's also one of those other players with the interesting free throw routine, but it's the same rhythm every single time where she lines up well behind the free throw line and then takes a couple of steps up to take the shot.
So final shot will go to Westfield. Is it going to be Shawan or is it going to be Drew?
Shawan up with it. No good. And Lentz almost got the rebound out of bounds, but I think there won't be enough time on the clock here.
Unless Derek Fisher is on the floor, no.
The classic, I believe that was Paul Gasol.
The little tip?
Derek Fisher, yes, for that tip in.
Yeah. Well, if you ever saw the one, Utah did it with Trevor Booker. He volleyballed it. He back bumped it.
It's a very interesting thing to see when those things happen, but you got to be tall for for those things to happen.
Fair enough.
So, score here heading into halftime, 30-14. The Pioneers are on top of the Falcons, and will send things to a commercial break. We'll be back here on Zaleski Sports.
Now more than ever, it's crucial for your business to be able to ship your products safely and efficiently, both near and far. Purple Mountain Solutions is your local specialist for logistics and supply chain management in both public and private sectors. Bringing years of leadership, excellent attention to detail, and a dedication to the job at hand is what keeps Purple Mountain Solutions the leader in transportation, logistics, supply chain management, and warehousing. Get your products right where they need to be and put your trust in a business you can trust. Purple Mountain Solutions.
Grassland Dairy Products is your match for an exciting new career today. Go to grassland.com to see the opportunities waiting for you. Browse through careers like CDL truck driver, shipping and receiving, line tech, quality assurance, forklift, maintenance tech, inventory associates, and more. Great compensation, weekly pay, and zero premium company paid health, dental, and life. Apply now at grassland.com or in person at Grassland Dairy Products, Fairground Avenue, just south of Greenwood.
We said we're growing, and we are. Come join the Crystal Finishing family. We're looking for experienced industrial maintenance mechanics, CNC fabricators, all driver positions for our freight team, as well as skilled and general production. We know the importance of a work and life balance. Our shift options and flexible schedules set us apart. Our pay ranges from $17 to $43 per hour depending on your skill level. We're proud to be a family-owned company that is committed to our community, team members, and the growth of our business. Call or jump on our website to learn more.
Don't let pain or mobility issues keep you from enjoying life. Let our physical therapy doctors and our staff at Roberts Physical Therapy help you recover your ability to move easily and live free of aches and pains, providing effective individual treatment plans. Whether you're experiencing problems with balance and mobility, you're experiencing pain in your low back, or you're dealing with any other physical challenges, we'll take care of you. For more information on how we can service your needs, contact us today.
Bootleggers in Amherst Junction brings a great atmosphere with a full menu of delicious burgers, sandwiches, and dinner options along with Friday and Saturday weekly specials. Bootleggers offers up a great variety of pizza along with a relaxing, unique Bootleggers feel both inside and out. Make dinner simple tonight and leave the cooking to Bootleggers on Highway Q in Amherst Junction. Stop in or call ahead 715-824-2929. That's Bootleggers. It's what's for dinner. Capiche?
The International Bank of Amherst is your personal independent community bank. For over 125 years, customers and friends from all throughout central Wisconsin have known that the International Bank of Amherst has been in the same place with the same great smile. Checking, savings, mobile banking, and providing you the loans you need to make your dreams a reality. It's always the International Bank of Amherst by your side. Come see the difference this local independent community bank can provide for you. Located right on Main Street in downtown Amherst.
Member FDIC.
Mid-State Technical College. You belong here. Start your classes and get your degree right here, or transfer to your 4-year.
Mid-State Technical College. You belong here. In person at 4 convenient campuses, online or a hybrid.
Mid-State Technical College. You belong here for your Career Accelerator Certificate, a quick way to get ahead in your career.
Mid-State Technical College. You belong here. Register to start this fall.
Get started at mstc.edu.
Mid-State Technical College. You belong here.
You know better when you see it.
All right, 1, 2, 3.
But sometimes it's a little harder to tell what better looks like, and you could use a little help.
Thanks, Mom.
Security Health Plan. Everything you need in a health plan. Everything you'd expect from a good neighbor.
When buying or selling land, the biggest decision you make is choosing your representation. Whitetail Properties is the top real estate company for selling hunting land, recreational properties, and farms. Our nationwide network of sportsmen, farmers, and investors offers a great opportunity for you to capitalize on the true market value of your property. In central Wisconsin, Brian Roosh is your local land specialist and is ready to help you get started on all of your property needs.
Freaking hyped for it. It is halftime here from Amherst. The score, Westfield on top, 30-14 in girls basketball here on Zaleski Sports. Mike Welland here with Brendan Retzlaff and Katie Leckton doing all the hard work on the production side of things. Look at your scoring totals here at the half. For the Amherst Falcons, Scout Spadoni leads with 11 points. It's tied for the lead among all scorers in this one. 2 points for Peyton Jastrzomski and a single tally for Haley Pesky. Foul trouble, Maves and Spadoni each with 2 rebounds, 12 for the Amherst Falcons, and 11 turnovers for Amherst. For Westfield, 11 first half points for Carly Drew. She hit 3 first half triples, 9 points for Brandy Lentz, 6 for Hattie Schowen, 2 apiece for Nadia Hoffa and Sydney Hoffa. Rebounds, 15 for Westfield. So they came over late and took the rebounding lead over the Falcons with a couple of big offensive boards late in that first half and only 2 turnovers for the Pioneers. They've done a good job taking care of the basketball tonight, especially against Amherst pressure man.
The Pioneers have really done well of hanging on to the ball, keeping possession of it, working the ball around. Like you were saying, their bread and butter, just pass the ball around, get it to the perimeters, and even down low. And with the 2 turnovers that they've had, like it shows, they've scored 30 points here in this first half. But the Amherst Falcons, I think, so obviously the key for them is going to be Scout Spadoni to keep her playing down low, and we just need to see a lot of fight from the rest of these players too. Maybe see players like Pesky score some points, as well as Jastrzomski, and even Maves, because Maves, she is one of the better shooters on this program from either mid-range or as well as deep. So
I was about to say, when we were getting ready to go live, my first thought was that they need multiple players to have season best games in this one against a team like Westfield. You need Scout to have a 25-plus point game. You need Maves. You probably want 15 out of her if you want to pull off this upset. You probably want 10 to 12 from Pesky, and then whatever you get extra, it would be also a little bit of gravy. But again, this is a great job by the Falcons. They did this last year too, scheduling really, really difficult non-conference games. Last year they played Lakeland, they played Freedom, they played Adams Friendship, they played Xavier and Brilliant. They played some really, really tough non-conference games last year, and then this year more of the same. And that's a credit to Coach Shepetowski wanting these games. Last year they canceled a game against an opponent that they knew they were going to win big to have Lakeland come to town and play. They played Mosinee last year as well. Like they won these tough games, even if they're not going to win them. That's going to set them up for the long-term success for this team and for these younger players who are going to get that experience going beyond this year, into next year, and the year after.
Yeah, and in high school sports, experience is 100% key to working your way to a deep run, get yourself in the playoffs, and have a chance at making it to state and maybe even taking home a golden ball with you. But yeah, you got to give credit to Brandon Shepetowski setting up his team for a lot tougher matchups, but it's a challenge. It's better to be challenged than have a cakewalk.
And this is something I've talked about with Steve Maves over the last couple years as well, because there's some teams around Wisconsin that they don't schedule anyone. They're non-conference. They schedule teams that they know they're going to dominate, and so the record is inflated. It looks really good. So they end go into the playoffs 22-2, 21-3, 23-0. But then you face a really tough team in the regional final, and you don't know how to handle it. And then that's when it looks like a big upset on the scoreboard, but then you realize that maybe the team with the lesser record was the better team all along. And we saw last year Xavier was one of those teams. They were a very good team, but they were the lower seed, and the game was here. And that was a close game to the end. Amherst hung with them the entire time. Freedom was not always the top seed, but they always play those tough games. So then when their record, they go in 20-4, 19-5, it still looks good. And they still can show. So like scheduling tough opponents, it will hurt you, may hurt your record. Because if this holds, Amherst drops to 7-8. But when you get to the playoffs, they're going to be a battle-tested team who's no one's going to want to play against.
Absolutely. And I feel like going back to what you were saying, Mike, earlier about how some of these players need to have like career games to pull off this upset for Amherst. I'll go back to the game that they played on Friday against Manawa, where they won 53-43. So Scout Spadoni, she ended up with 19 points and 13 rebounds, and then Haley Pesky, she had 20. So we need to see players like Haley get herself back into that type of point total, and we'll see if Amherst has a chance, because I believe that if they play in the second half like they did in the second half last week, this team has a legit shot of pulling off an upset.
As they had a couple looks there to start the second half, Pesky had one go in and out, and then an offensive putback not there.
Would have been a really quick start there in the second half for the Falcons if that one fell.
It was a good look. And those looks you want, they may not fall early, but you want those looks. It's a good read there by Peyton Jastrzomski.
Wentz made a really difficult pass, trying to pass it cross court right on the baseline, but just like you said, a great read from Jastrzomski. Drew now down low.
Spadoni on Lentz, the matchup, and Schulis gets the Drew.
Showing with a little spin move.
And Pesky, very good defense there.
So we'll see if Amherst can get off to a quick start here in the second half.
That's going to be over and back. No, yeah, there you call over and back. Yep.
Good call there by the officials. It was last touched.
For
there
sure.
By Maves.
Inbound in front, reminder as well from our friends at Crystal Finishing Systems. They're a family-owned business now hiring for both their Weston and Mosinee locations. Openings in manufacturing, fabrication, management, customer service, and so much more. Join the Crystal Finishing team. Learn more at crystalfinishing.com.
And as we see now, Cindy Hoffa with it over to Showen. Down low to Hoffa again. Drew now with it up top. Lentz back to Drew. That's her spot from three.
A little bit too long. Maybe she a step further back. Maybe that goes in.
Yeah, she shot it just a tad long, right off of that not so good sweet spot of the rim.
But when you ever shoot who's hitting shots, there's a turnover. Sometimes that you're gonna feel and just let her rip.
Peyton Jastrzomski has really been dealing with the issues with that double team right at the half court mark here tonight.
Cindy Hoffa gets her second bucket of the day.
Spadoni wide open. Up with it.
That's exactly how you break the press. You break a trap. You go side to wing to block. That's gonna be against that type of press. It's open every single time down the floor. If they run it right, Scout Spadoni could have 35 points in this game.
32-16 now. Spadoni. Len's getting by.
Good job not fouling, and good help by Pesky.
Yes. Pesky is definitely one of those dark horse players on the defensive side for this Amherst team. Schulis now, who touched it last?
They got to talk about it. They're going to give it to Westfield.
From our angle, we couldn't really tell who it went off of last, but
my assumption had been that it went off Schulis, but it was very close.
So now Showen with it over to Lentz. Lentz playing up top. Showen now trying to use that speed.
Good first step to the left.
Bringing a lot of separation with this ball movement are the Pioneers.
And now they're switching a lot, so Maves now draws Carly Drew.
Carly Drew's wide open.
They're not playing out on the three-point line at all. They're playing in the paint.
And Drew finessing her way down low. Getting a little crafty with it. Artsy and crafty.
13 points.
Mention it.
It's kind of surprising that they're not trusting the three-point line. I said, what a pass.
Spadoni again. Tatum Maves to Scout Spadoni. A really great combo.
Scout's got 15 of the 18 points. I was talking with Coach Trebetowski during the JV game as Showen drives and leaves it short. That's off of Pesky.
Went off of Pesky, yep.
Where we were talking about next year, Scout 1,000-point watch potentially. She's at almost 500 now. She's at almost 500 right now. So she's definitely got a chance if she continues the year she's had. If she averages it again next year.
16-foot J is good for Carly Drew. Once again, kind of killing the momentum of Amherst there is Carly Drew.
That's a bucket that I'm kind of surprised at because Amherst is not playing the three-point line at all.
Pesky from the key. Or from the elbow. No good. Jump ball tie-up.
Goes to Westfield. Amherst they're playing well off when they catch it on the perimeter, and they're trying to limit anything inside touch. But then opens up the three. It's a catch-22. It's pick your poison.
Yeah, it's definitely a press your luck type of instance,
With
like you're saying.
And hopefully no whammies. If you're old enough to get the reference, you're my friend.
Big bucks, no whammies, no whammies.
Wow, you watch
Carly Drew, whammy.
You watch a lot of Game Show Network as a kid, didn't you?
I still kind of do. I know my parents, they watch it a lot, and back at home when I'm away from college, I watch quite a bit of it.
Yeah, press your luck.
Family Feud's a big one for me, though.
Timeout called.
As well as America Says. But 39-18, we'll keep things here with you guys, actually. Today's game is brought to you by Community Insurance. Community Insurance is your independent agency able to shop and compare the best insurance options on your behalf to find the best combination of cost and coverage. If you're looking for a better insurance experience, you'll love doing business with Community Insurance.
So 32nd timeout taken by the Falcons. And look at some of the scoring now. 18 points for Carly Drew. He's hit a quartet of triples.
And she averages 19.3 per game, so she's on pace to break that. Obviously.
Yeah, she'll handle that one pretty easily, even just if she gets just free throws. Let me take a look at her career numbers pretty quickly to see. Scout, good move.
A spin move. Banking it home, Scout Spadoni. And this is really what we need to see from Amherst. Like, they just need to get a down low to Scout Spadoni, and that's going to start to engage a double team or a triple team from this Westfield defense on Spadoni, which is going to leave some wide open Amherst Falcons players.
You got to start on defense, so you got to get a stop. Just looking at coming into today, Carly Drew, just under 1,200 points as a junior. Career high, 32. She did that as a freshman.
And a great pass down low there from, I believe, that was Cindy Hoffa to Carly Drew.
So she got 20 now. Her season high is 26.
On pace to break that as well. And the turnover as Drew takes it. The pass over to Hoffa, down low, no good. And Haley Pesky got the rebound. We'll see how Amherst can respond to that last turnover, and they turn it right over again.
That's the 15th
Very
giveaway.
Killer.
Reminder as well as this inbound happens that Purple Mountain Solutions, they're your business's go-to for both public and private warehousing and product delivery. Whatever it is you're shipping, you know you can depend on Purple Mountain Solutions to get it there safely and efficiently.
And Scout Spadoni, is she the only Amherst Falcon right now with points here in the second half?
Yes, she has 18 of the 20, or 17 of the 20 points in the game.
Yeah, so Amherst kind of right now trying to find that other player who can try to give them more momentum. And
Good job by
be Tatum, as that was just unlucky. Tatum Maves, she had the right idea. It was just the wrong place, wrong time for Amherst right there.
And right there was Carly Drew, 22 points.
And it sounds like Scout Spadoni is drawing up the play for Amherst, being one of the junior leaders of this program. And a great catch off that pass, but just couldn't finish. And now Shawin.
That's a kick.
11:33 to go before they inbound this one. Stone Innovations, they are one of our sponsors here on Zaleski Sports, and we always appreciate them. It's the Winter Blitz Sale at Stone Innovations. With the purchase of a new countertop, get a free installed stainless steel sink or 10% off tile backsplash and labor. And check out our discounts on flooring. This Winter Blitz offer is only at Stone Innovations. I don't have myself a house yet. But Stone Innovations might be the way to go for me once I'm done with college.
Absolutely. So Scout Spadoni out of the game, and there's going to be on the baseline a turnover.
Yeah, it looked like Cindy Hoffa had her feet out of bounds there.
Yep. So Spadoni out, Pesky back in. So Haley's going to be the center, probably her and Sarah Breed. along with Maves, Jastrzomski, and Furcus on the floor.
Yeah, I think one of the key matchups here on the offensive end now is going to be Haley Pesky against Carly Drew.
Very much so. If you can maybe draw some fouls.
Pesky has a little bit of advantage on the height.
At this point, you gotta find someone willing to shoot the basketball. Falcons have really not even looked at the basket too much.
And Jastrzomski, once again, having a really difficult time with that double team. She's been struggling with that all day long.
The tie-up keeps it with Amherst. Then here comes Schowen back out. And Lentz.
Number 32.
And just like that, they kind of figured out the matchup between Pesky and Drew.
And yep.
As they put Lentz back in.
And also Lentz out there without Spadoni.
Yes. We'll see if Lentz will be taking it down low for Westfield now.
I think so. Drew off the floor, so yeah, I think Lentz might be that she immediately crashes the lane.
Finding a wide open player. That's Nadia Hoffa in the corner, no good.
Everywhere but the bottom of the basket.
And Tatum Maves setting up the play here for the Falcons with 10:15 to go here in the second half. It's a 23-point lead for the Pioneers. We're seeing a lot more movement from these Amherst players tonight compared to a lot of their other games where they kind of just seem stagnant on the offensive end.
It took 8 minutes. We got our first foul of the half.
Wow. I didn't even realize that.
Nadia Hoffa's got her third personal. Spadoni heading back in.
And Pesky at the free throw line. Got that one to go.
Pesky now 2 for 3 from the line.
And she's actually the second player to score for Amherst in the half.
As a team, Amherst 3 of 6.
And can't get the roll.
Shapluski with the board.
So Schowen now.
Both teams essentially running a 7-player rotations this game. Amherst has played 8, but Phillips didn't play a ton of minutes in that first half.
Schowen handling the ball really nicely there. Few great dribbles, and Nadia Hoffa going up with it as she gets fouled.
And she'll get 2 free throws out of it.
Might be on Presley Furcus here.
Yep.
Fouls on number 4, Presley Furcus, her first, team first.
So Nadia Hoffa, she's 2 for 2 from the line in the game. As she takes her free throws. Reminders off from our friends at Daddy-O's On Point. They're a family-run and veteran-owned vehicle care facility, providing old-fashioned auto care the way it used to be and the way it should be. Bring your car to Daddy-O's, conveniently located on Church Street over in Stevens Point.
As Hoffa missed her third free throw here of the night. First one in the second half as she converts on the second there. So 3 for 4 from the charity stripe is Nadia Hoffa.
Update as well for those Westfield fans watching from our friend Tanner Lepper. Westfield boys, they beat Necedah.
As Tatum Maves hits a big three-pointer. I actually asked her when I interviewed her the other day if she was going to be taking a few threes in this next one. She was like, yeah, I think so. I think I will. I feel pretty confident with the shot. And as she just converted on that one, her first attempt of the night as well. Schowen now with it. Over to Hoffa. Schowen from college level.
That's college level.
That might be WNBA or NBA.
That was from Westfield. That was beyond any professional level.
Sarah Breed kind of forced that pass down low to Spadoni. Spadoni fighting, banking that one in.
That was a very veteran move. Kind of dipping the shoulder and getting away with it.
I like the
aggressive. That's a good post move.
It's a beautiful move that you see in this game.
That was Scout saying, I am stronger than you.
And I'm just going to take over on you. But Schowen responds. And we got a timeout here coming from Westfield. As we'll take things to a commercial break. We'll be right back here on Zaleski Sports.
Nasonville Dairy, family owned and operated, bringing you fresh cheese curds made daily, along with many other varieties of Wisconsin-made cheeses and treats. Don't forget to check out our cheese and sausage trays for your upcoming parties and cheese and sausage gift packages for the holiday season or any other special occasion. Nasonville Dairy, located just southwest of Marshfield on US Highway 10, NasonvilleDairy.com.
And welcome back, everybody, here in Amherst, Wisconsin. In this matchup between the Westfield Lady Pioneers and the Amherst Falcons here on Zaleski Sports. Brendan Retzloff joined alongside Mike Wendlandt as my caller, and then Katie Lecton as production and camera work. We always appreciate the work done from you guys. So
big trap right out of there. They're going full court now, Westfield.
And almost turning the ball over.
Almost. But they didn't. Right as well as we get the inbound, the best in recreational hunting properties here in Wisconsin. Call Brian Roosh with Whitetail Properties. Share your goals, and Brian can tell you where and how to make it a reality. 715-213-4468. As Scout scores again. 715-213-4468.
Scout Spadoni, she's doing a really great job tonight of working it down in the post. Like, that was a really difficult shot for her, but she ended up swishing that one home.
21 of the 28 are Scout Spadoni. That's going to be an over and back.
So maybe a little bit of momentum here, shifting towards the Amherst Falcons. As you were talking to me over commercial break, this Westfield team, they only give up 33 points on average per game. In Amherst, they only score around 45. So Amherst is playing really well. This is the hardest I've seen them fight this year. And we were saying how great of a team this Westfield Pioneers group are. So,
and back-to-back appearances over in Green Bay.
16-foot Jay, no good. Rebound. Hoffa, or no, that was Drew with the rebound. And going up with it, that one.
Lentz with the and one after a couple of offensive boards. Schulist gets the foul.
Yeah, I couldn't figure out who it was who shot the ball. I saw a three. I knew it wasn't Drew, but I don't think Hoff was in the game, so thank you, Mike.
As we were talking earlier about Drew maybe setting a career high, Scout Spadoni could be there as well. Her career high is 26.
She's most definitely on pace, especially with that one right there. 7:12 to go. The junior.
23.
23 for 32 is the junior. Shawan now. Over to Hoffa. Shawan down low.
That block-to-block pass is tough.
It's pretty incredible how they can pull that pass off.
And keep it in bounds, especially.
Just like barely any floor to work with. We got an offensive charge as Strulis takes that one.
Second foul on Hoffa. And the fifth turnover for Westfield.
As Luke Shawan is livid right now with one of the officials. Not thinking that Schulis was really square.
You don't have to be. The rule is legal guarding position. You don't have to be square. You don't have to be standing still. You can be moving and still take a charge.
So he's upset with one of the officials about something, though. So we got the full court pressure once again. Kind of backing off of it, though, is Westfield.
That was very close over back, but they said it was tipped.
That ball is definitely tipped.
That was a forced pass. They're trying to force it now to Scout, which is fair. Blow by.
Shawan floater, no good. Drew tipping that one out of bounds. So Jastromski, she's going to be inbounding this one.
It's like starting 5 out for the Falcons now.
With 6:16 to go, it's an 18-point game.
And again, just a great battle by the Falcons against one of the best teams in Division 4.
Ranked number 3 in the state are the Westfield Lady Pioneers.
And we'll see where they are tomorrow. New rankings come out every Tuesday. Find those on WISports. Coach's poll.
Ostromsky, a little spin, finding Shoelace open in the corner.
And I don't think there's a CWC East team in either boys or girls that is ranked.
I believe you are correct on that one. Yes. And we got a foul down low here. It's going to be on Nadia Hoffa. So Tatum Maves, she's going to be going up for 2 free throws. Only 5 fouls here in this second half.
That was the most aggressive I've seen Tatum Maves in a while. Going to the basket.
She seemed
and
angry.
Asserting herself.
She was like, Nadia, I'm going to own you on this one here.
And Hoffa got her 4th foul, but Maves can't hit the free throw. Reminders are during this free throw, nobody knows potatoes in Wisconsin quite like Heartland Farms. With the roots here in Amherst, now based in Hancock, this 5th-generation potato and vegetable farm produces many varieties of chipping potatoes. They're currently farming over 27,000 irrigated acres, and they're still growing. Learn more about the best in the potato business at heartland.farm. That is heartland.farm.
And Tatum Maves just could not sink a free throw there, so we'll see how the Falcons respond on defense, which I feel like they've been doing really well here in the second half. Like,
they've done
almost got the steal.
I mean, it's only 18-14 in the second half. And there's a turnover. They've done a really good job in the second half. We'll have a timeout called by the Falcons. They'll have 1 left after this. We'll keep it here.
5:14 to go, 48-30. We've talked about Amherst showing a lot of fight here in this one against the number 3 ranked team in the state, and possibly might go up in the rankings as the both of us were talking about. But you really have to give credit to Brandon Trepetowski telling his girls to keep fighting in this game, even though they've been down for the majority of it. It's just been incredible.
No, it has. It's been a very good showing for the Falcons, and yes, the score is not the way they want it. Obviously you want to win, but showing that they can hang with these teams, that they can play with them, they can get rebounds on them. And especially for Scout can show that she can dominate some of these teams. That's big in the playoffs, because if Amherst, and there's a long ways away yet, if they get to a regional final, that's Saturday, that's freedom. It's going to be freedom. They're in the same regional. So, and they're going to be the 1 seed. So if you get to that regional final, you're going to be taking on a team that's got players just like you inside, and it's only going to make Scout more confident in that one.
Absolutely, and it's a great thing to have that mentality of just being tied at 0-0 every single possession you have in the game. No matter how much you're up by or no matter how much you're down by, you have to have the same amount of fight. But with having a player like Scout Spadoni, and if Amherst can get another guard or forward going, maybe in Haley Pesky or Peyton Jastrzomski, Tatum Maves, Sydney Schulist, who knows? This team has some potential for sure.
They're going to be a team nobody's going to want to face in the playoffs. They're well coached, they play hard, and they play to the very end of the game. And there's going to be a foul on either Schulist or Jastrzomski.
Yes. For what seed we're going to see Amherst ranked in the playoffs? And I'm going to guess maybe a 7-6
maybe, yeah.
6 or a 7.
These games will only help with their seeding to get them at least one home playoff game.
Yes. And Carly Drew missing that free throw. So
she was an 83% shooter from the line.
Rare to see that miss. And the second one, good. 4:53 to go, 19-point lead for the Pioneers.
23 points for Drew, so only 3 off her season high.
I wouldn't be surprised if she shoots a 3 before the end of this one. Pesky kind of trapped,
and you can't
out of it.
And you can't take that last time out yet with 4.5 to go. That's off the leg, and Maves may have stepped on the ball.
Took an awkward fall. Shawan going up with it, no good. Rebound there for Sydney Hoffa, and Sydney Hoffa making that one. Shoelace to Pesky. Pesky had a chance at the elbow, passed up on it, over to Maves. Jastrzomski wide open down low. Little triple threat there. Pesky up with it, banking it.
Scout's gonna get a foul.
Over the back.
Yeah, they call for a push over the top. You can go over the back as long as you don't move them out of the way. If you're taller than them, that's their fault. But if not, if you make contact and you displace them from their spot, they're going to call that every time.
And in one of the games that I covered at the Century Classic, it was Amherst and Pacelli. As Cindy Schulis kind of fell over a little disgruntled there, and the 3-ball, as I was talking about, was going to happen. She's up to 26 now, but the matchups with like Jaden Alway and the rest of the Falcons players, he just had a big height advantage on them.
Yeah,
he could just like reach over them without even touching them and get rebounds.
Yeah. Jaden Alway's a special player, as there's a foul on the Falcons on Peyton Jastrzomski.
Absolutely. The sophomore out of Pacelli.
Odds-on favorite for the CWC South Player of the Year.
Yeah, he has a very bright future behind him for sure. 3:26 to go. Cindy Schulis and Peyton Jastrzomski check out of the game as Presley Furkis and Sarah Breed enter. And Carly Drew at her career high in points tonight.
Season high.
Oh, season high.
She's still 6 points off her career high.
The 3-ball from Shawin, no good. The rebound for Spadoni.
Rebounds now 25-19 by my unofficial count for Westfield.
Spadoni's got to be at a double-double.
Pretty close.
As Tatum Maves lost it.
And that's the 20th turnover.
And Drew, the pass over to Sydney Hoffa, up and in.
8 points for Hoffa.
She's having herself a pretty decent
Her and Shawin each with 8s. Lentz with 11, and then 26 for Drew.
2:35 to go here in this one. Things not looking great for the Falcons, but still show fight.
Dane's got to take that 3.
Sarah Breed wide open down low. Pesky trying to bank it. Gets fouled.
Yeah, she got hit right on the left arm. I think that's Drew who's going to get it.
And you're correct.
Her second. Good cheering section for the Falcons. As well, a big thank you to our game day sponsors tonight. Tomorrow River BP, 3K Custom, JG Plumbing, HO Welding, Amherst Telephone, Amherst Spiritware, Fleming's Cafe, OK Hardware, Amherst Family Foods, and Younger's Holly Funeral. And Shapluski back out there for Lentz.
4 fouls here coming from the Pioneers as 5 for the Falcons. I don't know how that free throw didn't fall, not going to lie. As
timeout called by Westfield after the rebound.
Yes.
Yeah, we can keep it here. Let's take a look ahead at what the Falcons got coming up. A couple of road games on the way. They're tomorrow or Thursday night, they're going to Shiocton taking on the Chiefs, and then next Tuesday they go to WIAA Fremont taking on the Warhawks and Coach Joel Titus. And then their next home game will be a week from Friday, and it's a big one. Bonduelle coming to town.
Big conference matchup there. Bonduelle, I believe, tied for first place.
Yes, Bonduelle-Wittenberg.
Bonduelle-Wittenberg
tied, and Iola's a game behind.
Yes.
Those are probably your 3 teams for the conference championship right now. Then Amherst Menominee still in the mix yet. But looking right now, my favorite probably is Wittenberg. Reese Rogowski is probably the player of the year. And they have 2 really, really good freshmen on that team who are having great seasons for the Chargers.
Yeah, Reese Rogowski, in the game that I covered here a week or so ago when they played the Falcons, she ended up scoring over 20 points in that game, and she can steal the ball too. So she has hands, and she's good on defense.
Just a supreme athlete in 3 sports. All-state volleyball player. Led the team to state this year.
It's just insane how much talent we see these days with high school athletes, and I mean just athletes all around, like age-wise. But I mean, it's mainly going to be the high school players and the college athletes, and that's how we see a lot of these younger studs get into the professionals types of leagues.
It's a golden era in mid-Wisconsin for multi-sport athletes. There's a turnover.
So Tatum Maves to lead it down the floor. Olivia Davis is now in the game for the Falcons. She played herself a few minutes in the JV game.
And she gets the board. Breed, and a foul called on Westfield. Or they called the jump, not a foul.
One of the officials did call it a foul, but then they ended up agreeing on a jump ball.
But the one whose zone it was called jump ball. As Carly Drew heads off, showing off. Looks like Westfield taking out most of their starters, or some of their starters.
Yep. The towels have been thrown.
Yeah, Amherst doing the same.
And Isabel Dombrowski's going to enter the game, as well as number 3, Haley Portman.
Haley Portman, Lizzie Dombrowski. Breed is out. Made out. Scout staying in there, along with Davis and Furcus. It's Hoffa, Reitz.
56-30. It may be a 26-point game, but this game has played a lot closer.
There's Natalie Grant in the game, also number 33, Madison Bitsky. We'll see another sub next whistle as well.
Hoffa to Reitz. Reitz back up with it. To Hoffa again. Dombrowski playing the defense.
Good tough D. There's a loose ball. And jump ball to Amherst.
37.8 seconds to go here in this one. And another substitution being made as Hoffa exits. It's Kylie Barton entering.
And Lacey Halverson as well, number 2.
Always good to see the younger JV
future
players
of these teams
enter, get some play time. So Portman over to Davis. Davis down low to Spadoni. And Spadoni still
scout the whole way.
What she's been doing all night tonight.
25 for Scout.
The final 13 seconds of this one here in Amherst. Falcons are going to fall to 7 and 8. And as we were talking about, the Falcons will be heading to Shiocton for their next matchup. And that's going to do it as the Westfield Pioneers, number 3 team in the state, go up to 15-1 now this season, leading the South Central Conference. Final score here, 56-32, as we'll send things to a commercial break, and actually we'll talk about the post-game show coming up here. Coming up next is the Nasonville Dairy post-game show. Nasonville Dairy with fresh cheese curds made daily. Get your cheese curds, Nasonville Dairy in Marshfield, Curtis, or at NasonvilleDairy.com. Stay tuned with us because Mike Wendlandt will be interviewing with the head coach of this one, Luke Schowen, as well as possibly one of the players. We'll be right back here on Zaleski Sports.
Nasonville Dairy, family owned and operated, bringing you fresh cheese curds made daily, along with many other varieties of Wisconsin-made cheeses and treats. Don't forget to check out our cheese and sausage trays for your upcoming parties and cheese and sausage gift packages for the holiday season or any other special occasion. Nasonville Dairy, located just southwest of Marshfield on US Highway 10, NasonvilleDairy.com.
All right, so we're here with Kim Hyman. Kim, Nasonville Dairy, 125 years in the making. Tell us about that.
You know, it's fantastic. It was the first plant built in Wood County back in 1885. Sal Nason and his family came here, and they started a small dairy plant. Eventually, that plant burnt down, but then they rebuilt onto this same facility, and our family moved here in the late 60s in 1968 and took it over from there, and it's been just a fantastic growth. Great community, great people we have working for us. Oh, it's an open market. It's huge. You know, the opportunity for the diversity in the cheese industry is fantastic, and you have to be that way in order to sell a lot of product. And so we've got a great group of people working on the research and development side for us. So it's been really fortunate for us. Oh, right. We have 185 farm families that market their milk through us here at Nasonville Dairy. And we are so lucky we have like the best dairy farms in not only in central Wisconsin, but in the United States, marketing milk through us. So we're just really fortunate on that side.
Actually, we started in 1968. Our father brought us here from another cheese plant in Wisconsin. We had come from the cheese business. We've always been in the business. We had moved around the state in different parts. He brought us here about that time. The plant ran 7,500 pounds of milk at that time, and now runs about 1.5 million a day. So. We originally started out with making cheddar, and now we make cheddar, Colby, Monterey, Farmers cheese, pizza cheese, Quesa Blanca, Quesa de Friar, Seco, Parma, Romano, Asiago, Fontina, Feta Caseri, Cafflettieri, Cafla Graviera, as well as making some Gouda Edam and a little bit of Munster on occasion.
Back here broadcasting live with your Nasonville Dairy post-game show. Get those fresh cheese curds made daily. Go to Marshfield and Curtis and NasonvilleDairy.com. Mike Willen here with Coach Allen and Carly Drew, our Lighthouse Player of the Game. And Coach, coming in, you knew they were going to battle hard to the end, and you guys handled it very well. You guys got that early lead, and you really never let up, and your offense at different moments seemed to be clicking pretty solidly.
Yeah, I told Amherst coach they did a nice job. They really took the middle away from us, penetrating the middle. Anytime we really tried getting to the basket, they had multiple defenders there. Their defense was solid, and we still scored 56 points, and we really didn't shoot it that well as a team. We usually shoot a little bit better than that. But go on the road. I don't know that these girls have ever played here. It was good solid win, and but Amherst was a good opponent tonight.
And how are you going to take from this game, a non-conference game, on stopping a player? If you face another team that has a player like Spadoni, a bigger, stronger player inside, how are you going to try and learn from this one to try and limit those touches next time you play someone like that?
I'm not going to give away my secrets. I thought at times when we really needed to slow her down, we made some adjustments and we slowed her down. But she's a nice player. She's a lot better than I thought she was. She finished well. Is a hard guard for an undersized player. But we had a couple girls did a nice job on her when we needed to. So.
And offensively, I know you said you didn't shoot it that well, but you still got good balance. You obviously had tied a season high with 26 here. Lentz with 11, another couple players with 8. Just it seemed like good balance for you guys scoring-wise.
Yeah, we got 5 girls that can score on any given night, and it's fun to coach.
Absolutely, coaching, and great job. Best of luck down the road, and hopefully maybe another state run in your future.
Let's hope so. Yeah.
So we're going to be joined now by our Highlight House Player of the Game, Carly Drew, and tied a season high with 26. Talk about what you were seeing on the floor, especially not being afraid to shoot some of those deep threes.
Being able to see open teammates and know when to shoot the ball when it's my shot and outside my shot. Just being able to play and have the ball movement good. It's easier to get off shots of my own.
And even building off that, even when you weren't hitting your shots, you were, like you said, you were finding open teammates. They were finding you. What is your strategy for this team? Just working the ball around the perimeter. You guys are very, very efficient with your passing.
Yeah, I think if we move the ball good, we can all have more scoring opportunities, and we all play well together.
And then defensively, you guys put the pressure on every time you guys play. I've seen it now for the last couple of seasons. How do you guys handle being able to do that for 36 minutes every night?
We just put our mind to it, and we know that we can do it because we want our defense to create offense for us, and we know we can, so we just keep pushing and doing it.
Sounds great. So one last thing, we're going to get you in our highlight house, so you can see our camera up there. I'm going to give you the microphone. I'm going to get out of the way because they're not paying to see me. So just say, I'm Carly Drew, and I'm in the house, okay?
I'm Carly Drew, and I'm in the house.
Good luck, guys. There's Coach Showen, Carly Drew, our highlight house player of the game. Drew a season high 26 as they take a 56-32 win over the Amherst Falcons tonight. Scout Spadoni 25 to lead the Amherst Falcons. So that being said, we're going to wrap things up here on your Nasonville Dairy post-game show. Get those fresh cheese curds. Go to Marshfield, go to Curtis, go to NasonvilleDairy.com. For Brendan Retzloff and Katie Lechten, this is Mike Wendland saying so long, everybody. Thank you for joining us. Everyone stay warm, stay safe, and we'll talk to you next time with more high school athletics in a full week ahead. Find all of those games at ZaleskiSports.com. From all of us here at Zaleski Sports, good night, everybody.